Welcome to Lecture 7, The Political Interview. First, let's address what may be considered a political interview. Political interviews are typically broadcast interviews or used journalistically to convey messages of sociological, economic, policy-oriented information that often can be considered influential in the arena of government or culture. I would like to emphasize that within the last 10 years, the political interview has also turned into entertainment in some form. It is wrong to make the assumption that political interviews are solely flat-line, boring news interviews. More recently, political campaigners and politicians feel obligated to engage in more entertainment types of interviews to expose a more personal side of their lives. Whether it was Barack Obama and John McCain attending a taping of the Ellen DeGeneres show or other appearances on other talk shows, these have become almost politically necessary for more pop culture-oriented viewers to tune in to make some sort of political decision, typically based on personality. Another element I would like to emphasize is the rhetorical properties which make up the so-called political news interview. When examining the PowerPoint slides this week, you will see two completely separate spheres of influence intertwined to make the interview, quote, political. That is, the use of one, episteme, and two, doxa. In one side, we can see that an interview can become political when the interviewer and the interviewee are expressing what's called episteme. This signals facts and knowledge through policy-driven information. The other avenue is that of doxa, or belief, an opinion, emotion, and appears to be more persuasive in nature. These two elements of episteme and doxa mix together to help give credence to what we label political interviews. Although we tend to stereotype political news interviews as purely policy-oriented and drab, Americans also get the chance to see government officials show their personality in a way that is supposed to woo over voters. There is a method to this, however. Careful identity construction through televised interviews in an age of YouTube is of utmost importance. As we'll see with the now famous 2008 Katie Couric-Sarah Palin political interview, a political candidate's success boils down to public image. Unfortunately for Palin, this was a disaster. We will discuss this more during our weekly activity on Blackboard. Palin had the opportunity to try to clear the air regarding a question from previous interview with journalist Charlie Gibson. The question topic was in hopes of trying to discover Palin's foreign policy credibility, specifically regarding the country of Russia. In the Couric-Palin exchange, Palin stumbled on providing Couric with a sufficient answer. This week, we'll be analyzing a segment of the transcripts from the interview and discovering some of the complementary forces that made this interview interaction a different kind of interview, keeping in mind Anderson and Killenberg's notion that each interview interaction is a collaborative experience. I leave you with this essential question. How did Sarah Palin's interviewing performance with both Katie Couric and Charlie Gibson reflect a lack of understanding of political knowledge? Let's explore this question this week. Thank you.